New comic book day is upon us, and you have joined me here on the Ultra Maximus channel for the one and only Wednesday night comic book presser for March 2nd, 2022. How do you do? I am the Ultra Maximus, and you are going to click that notification bell for notification for when we do go live here. If you're watching this one on the rewind, you're of course going to leave a comment below. Like and share the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And of course, for all of you wonderful subscribers in the house, 1,100 plus of you, you guys are great. And this is the reason why we are assembling the giveaway of giveaways called the Ultra Box. Continues to be filled. It's a full short box now. Just FYI, it's a full short box. Just so you know. So the only way to actually enter into this Ultra Box giveaway is going to be through the subscriber list that is on this channel. So you better subscribe. You better click the notification bell, like I said. And of course, check out some of the other content I offer on this channel. I've done a couple other really cool videos, like this Marvel Legacy second print homage video. And then of course, the Marvel Hip Hop Variant Platinum List video. And of course, I just did another Raw report. And the Raw report is basically the way to get inside the spec of my head, because it's the books that I'm buying. And of course, the Raw report, on the last Raw report, I did an Ask Maximus Anything. And if those continue to be interesting with good questions, we'll do them more frequently. Don't forget to also, if you're on Facebook, you're on IG, give me a follow. ULTRA Maximus. Download Whatnot right now. You know why? Because tomorrow, 8:45 p.m., Ultra Maximus will be making a return to Whatnot. Make sure to follow me, Ultra Maximus on Whatnot, of course. And tomorrow night, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're going to see it. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter, @UltraMaximusX. And of course, the music you're listening to is the wonderful music of the friends at White Bat Audio. Subscribe to them at whitebataudio.com. And Carl Casey at White Bat Audio, of course, on Spotify as well as YouTube. Our man... the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Eric S. Hurd with the logo work. He also designed the presser logo. And then here we have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Mighty Mel V, dropping on Friday nights Drunken Chat, 11:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And there might be this guy, kind of says his name is Rabumalal or something that shows up there every now and then. It's really cool to check out, because I think he does this thing called the Ultra Maximus Speculation Matrix. As I'm sipping the pressed coffee. Make sure you do, of course, check out the featured channels section, and you have subscribed to all of our wonderful partner friends. Not really partners, but they're just people that I think definitely deserve it, you know? Comic Barricade, of course, comicbarricade.com, giving you the best in keeping your comic books upright at comicbarricade.com, and Comic Barricade XL. You can use the code ULTRA and get you 10% off your order. And then bookmark them right now. wantedcomics.com. And remember the name, because what we have is Wanted Comics dropping Fuego. So I've got a set of these to give away tonight. And you're going to like how we're going to be able to give it away, because you know what? It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be an easy contest. It's not going to be a layup. But if you want to get yourself a set of the Iron Fist #1 Perillo Wanted Comics exclusives, stick around. And of course, don't forget to follow Wanted Comics on Whatnot as well. And yes. So here we go, everybody. The Super Chat, of course, is not active, but direct support can be had at paypal.me/UltraMaximus if you're feeling it. If you're not feeling it, no worries. And again, I am the Ultra Maximus. Let me welcome you to the finest Wednesday night comic book show on YouTube. And no offense to anybody else who puts a Wednesday night show out, too. I'm just saying, I wear a shirt and tie, look, see? Under the no-neck beard zone is the actual tie. I know my beard kind of covers it up, but it's okay. And again, I am the Ultra Maximus here with a full cup of coffee tonight. So, guys, this is... Okay, well, I'm glad you guys love Whatnot. Of course, don't forget to follow our friends, Mighty Mel V, Ninth Wonder, Big Leg, bunch of other people. But don't worry, tomorrow I'm going to be loading up and exercising my Whatnot rights. It's going to be fun. So, yeah, thanks, Dave. And thank you again to everybody in the live chat, Astro Wizard, Dave Collects, Figure Drawing, Who else we got here this evening? Just a couple of you guys chatting it up. Omar V, good to see you as well. And all of you, hello from Canada. Claudio, thank you for joining us. So let's get this thing moving, everybody, because you guys know you didn't come here to see me flap my gums. You came here to talk about some things. On the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser, obviously, we're talking about some very spoilerific items, so just be forewarned. Okay, and you know what? We're going to kick it off with this Raw report. So the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser Raw report for March 2nd, 2022. Man, pre-sale and the FOMO is the topic this evening because you know what? I have to address this one. I have to, after watching so many of you people, you know, just send me the money if you're going to be doing this kind of stuff. If you're going to be buying obscene variants like this, just go ahead and send me the money. Now, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but if you would like to save money and not experience the FOMO pricing of a book that doesn't even have anything important going on in it, well, then I suggest that you subscribe to this channel and wait for the next episode of The Secret Variant. This is a show that I do weekly, telling you what books are on final order cutoff, usually by Sunday, so this way you have Monday to go and tell your LCS, hey, this is what I want. This is very important for you guys who are trying to save money when it comes to collecting comics, because of course, as you know, once a book is after final order cutoff, you cannot order any more initial covers to qualify for an incentive. Meaning you can't just be like, hey, I want to get another 25 copies of the A cover, and they won't be like, oh, well, here you go, Mr. Customer. You're entitled to another variant. It doesn't work that way. You have to have your orders in order to get those variants in, and this is where the next slide is very important. Previews does also tell you blatantly that there was no Tosin-related activity in this book, in Black Panther number 4. Yet, a lot of you failed to look at Black Panther number 5's preview, and this is the one you want to get your name down for. I don't think it's FOC'd yet either. But Black Panther number 5 does have this 25-copy Greg Land incentive variant. Right at the bottom, plus more on Tosin, the exciting new hero of Wakanda. Alright, so this is his second appearance. The only people who would be hyping up Black Panther number 4 are the people who missed out on number 3. I continue to further elaborate on this because I am disgusted with a lot of people pre-selling. And I even said this. You know, Burns to pay $150 for $125 that is now actually worth less than ratio. And I'm sorry, I don't care how good the Stephanie Hans art is. Yes, it's a beautiful Shuri cover. Yes, it's an incentive. But there's nothing that warrants the justification of an $150 asking price for this book. You have lost your minds. You people need to stop giving these people your money. You need to stop listening to influencers who are friends with comic book sellers who do this kind of shit. And here's my exact words, just so we know, you guys know that how I am is how I am. I don't fake it to be liked by anybody. Because you know what? I hung out with enough people who are fake as fuck in my life, and I have no desire to be any part of that. But I did say that trying to stop the hype men who pre-sale is a problem because of how many impressionable people follow big voices who are in cahoots with the sellers to move their product. Pre-sales before release day should be scrutinized and not believed until after the supply has hit the market. So even on these March 2nd sales of $149.99, people still did not listen. There's a lot of us out there talking about, I even days ago on my Twitter, which is one of the reasons why you should follow me over there, is follow me because I even blatantly said, I hope the nothing burger that is Black Panther number 4 stings a bunch of you weak speculators and flippers because you guys aren't paying attention and you're causing unnecessary havoc and expenses to honest comic collectors who just want the books. Yeah, you know, in Astro Wizard, I used to be a part of a top 10 list, and while I was on that show, I did my very best to present books that were viable, not just because I knew somebody with copies for sale. That's the difference between me and some other people. But I want you all to please take a stronger approach to nursing these new people in the hobby. If you see somebody going crazy over this book, you need to tell them they need to slow down. They need to calm down. and they need to pre-order FOC, and that they should probably take their money and put it someplace else. But there's a lot of us out there that really do not like this practice. I tend to hate myself talking about a book before FOC because I understand that some of you guys look up to me and that I may be in regards to what you would call an influencer. I really don't consider myself to be that high on the totem pole, but some other people have told me that I can move the needle. So this is one of the reasons why I try very hard not to be a promoter. I try not to promote books too hard before release day, unless I'm like ham on them, and you guys know on my IG I'm going to talk about those kinds of things. But this is a serious problem. We need to stop rewarding pre-sales. We need to wait until the book's in hand so we can flip through the pages and make sure that appearance is actually in there, because we've got people who are seriously pushing this bullshit upon us. And I don't like it because it is going to burn out a bunch of you guys and get you sick of the hobby. And right now, this hobby needs everybody they can get. Oh yeah, Black Panther #5 first print will be in shops April 13th. So over a month from today. Consider that when you are ordering. But next week, this issue does drop. Black Panther #3 second print with a suggested retail price of $5.99. And I say SRP because that's just a suggestion. Your stores may tax you on this one if you didn't pre-order it, and I hope you did. Leave me a comment below if you're watching on the Rewind. Again, FOMO and pre-sales go hand in hand with unrealistic market expectations, and we are already fighting enough, market manipulators and such out there that we really need to combat this one too. Leave me a comment, let me know on ways you think we can do so. Shout out to Awesome Sauce Radio. Thank you for joining the live stream, sir. In figure drawing, that was kind of like my mentality too. I was like, if you got burnt, you deserve it. I had a retailer message me. He goes, "You don't mean that, man. You can't really say that stuff." And he's kind of right, but at the same time, he's like, Black Panther 4 is a key. And then and as soon as I heard those words, or as soon as I read those words, I was like, yeah, I'm done. But we got some books to talk about this week, everybody. So let's talk about how I like to roll here. I like to give an honorable mention, a runner-up, and a book of the week every week. I may actually change this format going forward. I'm thinking of maybe doing it in a little bit different way. But I do want to give a shout out to Joshua Swaby Sway for this Captain America Iron Man #4 Black History Month variant. Wow. Sway art's killing it. And then, of course, the Fantastic Four by Souza with gives us a little Moon Girl and Double Dinosaur action, huh? Until I get Starscream lead. Oh, man. All right, so Batman: The Killing Time #1 Peach Momoko 1/100 variant is the book that I gave the runner-up to. Just because, look, it's a Peach Momoko cover and it's really detailed. Look at the background, look at the foreground, just her leaning on Batman. This has been, she's definitely on an uptick of improving her style, and I commend her for that. But the book of the week, and my God, I don't know what is with you guys in Star Wars High Republic, but I'm seeing this book now at $120 and climbing. I don't know how it escalated so quickly. This wasn't really on anybody's radar going forward, as far as I know. But there appears to be a first appearance, and this is also where this is proof where the Star Wars people, they put their money where they want it, and then they will cause price spikes on books too. But the Yanindito variant 1/25, if you are able to locate this one, less than ratio, yeah, get to the stores tomorrow. Make sure you can find them. So those are our books of the week, but we are nowhere done with the show, everybody. It's time to kick off. Let's take a look at the publishers and what they released to us this week. Aardvark Vanaheim, of course, is the Cerebus publisher, and look at this Defective Comics annual one-shot. So what's really funny is it's a combination of Detective Comics and it looks like Amazing Fantasy 15. Yeah, the Eye of the Storm 1/25 as well, but there's not. It's kind of like a flashback cameo thing, So, or a flashback origin story. So it's one of those things, Astro Wizard. I know a lot of people are after that one too. That one also is apparently selling well above double ratio. Ahoy Comics, giving you The Wrong Earth, Trapped on Teen Planet, and this is your number 1 cover A. Here is your 5-copy incentive, and then here is your 10-copy incentive, which is actually the best looking cover of them all. And I don't know who did this cover, but their artwork says ha instead of ah. They're trying to be like Adam Hughes. Which Mr. Hughes has shaken the release schedule for next week. Stick around for more details on what I mean by that. Antarctic Press dropping Exciting Comics number 18. And it must be exciting because they made it to 18 issues. Archie Comics giving us the Archie Showcase Digest, the Battle of the BFFs. Man. You know, does anybody spec on Archie? Atlantis Studios giving you the Star Runner Chronicles one-shot. So it says it's a one-shot, but from what I'm seeing, I think that might be a two-parter. We'll see. Avatar Press dropping some packages. So we got God is Dead 19 through 24. And that's going to wrap it up for them. Bad Kids Press is giving us Cheap Tricks number 1. That's the only one from them. The Behemoth. So coming off of the astonishing success of You Promised Me Darkness comes the sequel. Follow Me Into Darkness. Oh, I'm sorry. Follow Me Into the Darkness. Here's your issue 1, cover A. That's your cover B. There's your cover C. There's your cover D. This is your cover... Oh, I missed the E, which is your incentive. F, and then your G, which is your limited edition. So I believe the E cover was your 1 in 10. I'm sorry, I forgot to copy that slide. Probably accidentally erased it. That's good, Awesome Sauce Radio. I know that there's a couple of them out there. Like the first appearance of Cheryl Blossom. Nolan Nerd, on that question, there is a wholesale deal pending for a stack of Thors, but there might be some other Thors. Maybe. We'll have to see. But what you can do tomorrow, I know I had some Thors loaded in there, but I think, like I said, they might have gone wholesale to another seller. And if that is the case, I will reload some books. So check on that reload list tomorrow, and then it'll be updated. Definitely going to need to go to sleep before I can do that. Night Janik number 3. Of course, this is the instruction for making a proper offering to forgotten gods. And then here's your cover B. And there's your cover C. And that's going to wrap it up for the Behemoth. Bliss on Tap dropping the Duel number 1 of 10 second printing. So it's a 10-issue miniseries of a very obscure indie publisher. $4.99 cover price. And the first print has a yellow logo work on it. So go ahead, see if you can find the Duel number 1 first print. It's kind of not common. Blood Moon Comics giving you Usher of the Dead number 1. There's your cover A. And this is your cover B. And that's your... I don't know if that's supposed to be a movie homage. Probably is. No, coffee. I need to get a sponsorship from Natural Bliss by Coffee Mate. Really. I go through like a bottle of that stuff every 3 days. Boundless. It's also because I'm drinking, 3 to 6 cups of coffee in a cup. But, Jungle Fantasy Fauna number 1. We have all the different variants. First up is your Intense Moonlight Nude, and then your Intense Stripping Nude, and then your Bondage Nude, and then your Bondage variant, and then your Lady Death Blacklands Prism Bag Set 3 count, the Sultry Leather Covers Bag Set 3 count, and that's going to finish it for the Boundless. Comics Experience. Oops. Yeah, these were older Lunar orders. Charlie Spot, number 3, cover A and cover B. That's going to do it for them. Comic books from Fantagraphics. You know, the people who brought you Red Room. Well, here's their Love and Rockets, number 11. All right. And we are moving on to Heavy Metal, which gave us the Savage Circus, number 9 of 10. You know, I didn't get a chance to read that one, Adam. That was on my read list. Microcosm Publishing, Growing Your Small World, giving you this book called Seeds of Spring, number 3 of 15. That's going to finish it up for them. Ernie Press. I Greet Suko's Out of Office, number 3 of 4. Pardon me. There's your 3 of 4 cover B by Phil Murphy. Orcs in Space. And then Rick and Morty Corporate Assets, number 4, cover A. Do Not Develop his app. And Rick and Morty Corporate Assets, number 4 for cover B by Ryan Lee. That's going to finish it off for the Oni. Red 5, giving us Carriers, number 2. And then Carriers had a B cover that I was not able to locate the art for. Probably could have gone to eBay, maybe. Scout Comics dropping the Count Draco Knuckle Duster Legendary Edition. So, yeah. This is a huge book, everybody. Comics Talk Weekly on. Thanks for joining, buddy. The Count Draco Knuckle Duster, of course, is the amalgamation action figure turned into a superhero. So, this Comic Boom. See, here's the guy. Everybody, I want you to know something. Comic Boom waited so long for an exclusive that he's got a set of the Iron Fist on the way to him. See, he held out, was patient with my broken. Well, let's just be honest. I'm broke. I have a lot of problems keeping money in my bank account, especially with the comics I buy and the lifestyle I try to live. So, Comic Boom, your patience, I appreciate you, sir. But you're gonna love this package, dude, because the package inside. Not only does it have the new Iron Fist for you, it has the nice house on the lake that you won, and some other extras. Did you miss anything, Joffrey? Maybe not. No, man, not Maxwell House at all. Figure drawing. Actually, I have to have Lavazza. It's the only one that. It's the only one that doesn't give me acid reflux. Be honest, it took a while finding a coffee that didn't make that. So moving on from Count Draco, of course, we have Headless Season 2, number 2 of 3. And then North Bend Season 2, number 2. This one was weird. The Sartorial Geek, number 1. So it's a quarterly book, it looks like, Winter 2002. And isn't this like the chick from DC Comics that was like, I don't know, getting owned by the Nathan Van Skyver? I think so. Swamp Dogs, number 2. Perspective is everything. I would agree. Wouldn't you? And then here's that cover for you, giving you another perspective, but that's your 10 copy unlockable. Ain't nothing like the A cover. Scoot, giving you the Juniper, number 1. I don't know if that's Kelly Sue DeConnick or not, Nate. It might be. Silver Sprocket, of course, giving you the Everything Sucks, number 1. Yeah. Everything is awesome. Titans Comics, giving you Cowboy Bebop, number 1, with a second print Art Germ line art variant. Little late, guys. But nonetheless, this right here, look, if they had released this before the Cowboy Bebop, you probably heard me say this. I'm like a broken record, but it should give you guys solace to know that I am a man of my word, and if I keep repeating myself on a topic, it's because I'm a firm believer in my convictions. And yes, if they had released this book before the Netflix show aired, it probably would have gotten canceled on Netflix. But I'm still hoping, I have hope, I have a lot of hope, that one of the outside studios or maybe Hulu or somebody else is going to see the massive desire to have a Cowboy Bebop Season 2 and possibly a Season 3. And look, just give us a finite story. If you're going to start greenlighting our comic book series, greenlight them to a point where you can tell a full story arc. And maybe end it there. Instead of leaving us on a cliffhanger. But anyway, issue 2 is coming around. And issue 2 cover is not too shabby. But you know what? The photo variant for Signature Series, probably going to be a little bit of a hit. This one's not too bad. That's your cover C. The blank sketch variant. And then the FOC by Durso. Yeah. I've seen her get dragged before, and it's pretty funny. But that's not what you tell people. Don't tell people to don't buy your books, right? Blue Flame number 7 with a cover A. Blue Flame number 7 with a cover B. And then last book you'll ever read number 5. Man, she's at the stake. You know, I don't think very many people have been able to read Cowboy Bebop Comic Boom just because it's more... watch the anime. The anime is awesome. Yeah, second print on a book that has a canceled Netflix show, right? Isn't that interesting? That should tell you something, that at least there's a little bit of desire for it. But last book you'll ever read, of course, giving you the cover C, which is your black bag variant. It's probably got something a little bit risque on the inside. That's going to finish it up for them. Ronda the Zenoscope. Robin Hood, Shadows of Past, one shot, number 1, cover A. Cover B. That's a very interesting 6-armed creature. Yeah. Anyway, here is your Robin Hood, Shadows of the Past, one shot, number 1 with the cover C. Moonlit. Pretty cool. Boom Studios. Buckhead number 4 of 5. Did anybody nab this variant today? That's your 10 copy video game incentive. And then there was this cover C FOC reveal variant. So the previous cover B was a 10 copy incentive on the cover A. But they did this FOC variant because if you did 25 copies of this FOC variant, you would get a one of these cover D FOC reveal incentives. Jim Henson's The Storyteller. Shapeshifters. Number 1, cover A by Del Mundo. However, this artist is on the up and up. Shout out to the Ninth Wonder. And the Manhanini variant for The Storytellers, probably going to be one of his underordered books. The guy's got fantastic colors. I mean, realistically, all around good artwork, good definition, good color, good depth. Details. And then there's this 25 copy incentive. Magic the Gathering, number 12. The Hidden Sparks Intermix variant. That's a pretty cool looking armor, can't lie. And then here is your cover C, which is your 10 copy incentive by Mortar. But they said, you know what? You like this Diesel dude? Well, we're going to give you a 25 copy incentive version of that same cover. Something is Killing the Children Slaughter Pack Bundle number 2. So this is issues 6 through 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Is that right? Or is it 10 and 11? I can't remember. It's 5 pack. It's 5 issues, I'm pretty sure. So first pack was 1 through 5. This one's 6 through 10. And yeah. You know, later prints on those. And shout out to Aaron Yee, who was talking about this earlier. Said that one of his LCSs has opened up those packs and is selling them individually. My LCS wouldn't do that. They want to sell you the whole 5-pack, man. For $40. You know, SRP. Dark Horse Comics dropping the Manor Blackfire in the Blood number 2. That's your cover A. This is your cover B. This is Radio Spaceman. from the mind of Mike Mignola, it does not get any stranger. Yes, it does. You know, and you're right, Comic Boom. Jim Henson comics are usually very low print runs, especially over at Boom. And the Monhanini cover, being a B cover, I think is going to be a tough chase for people trying to chase that artist. This is one of the reasons why I'm stressing that information, because I too am chasing books from that artist. Because look at what the Miles Morales variant is doing. And you know what? That's honestly, thus far, in my opinion, the best Miles variant thus far of his new costume, at least. So this is a very interesting one. So previously, you guys have seen me talk about the Boys #3, the Dynamite Gold Foil Edition. This is the Platinum Foil Edition. So these re-releases that they're doing with these logos, super low order. And I'm seeing that the retail price on these is actually a lot higher. I think it's closer to $20. Dynamite Never Dies #1 with a cover A by Tony Fleeks. And then the cover B by Perillo. Soydom. Lee. I mean, that's a zombified Red Sonja, but still, Lee does amazing. Cosplay. Your blank Authentics. And then your 10 copy black and white cosplay. Your 20 copy Lee black and white. Your 25 copy black and white Soydom. Your 30 copy black and white Perillo. And then your 40 copy Soydom Virgin Incentive. The 50 copy Lee Virgin. Good luck on that one. Dynamite Never Dies #1 cover M with a signed Atlas edition. The cover N is your metal premium variant. And then your cover O is your Perillo limited version. Cover P is your Fleeks limited version. Cover Q is your FOC bonus McFarlane homage. ASM 316. And then the cover R is your FOC Perillo Ultraviolet, your Lee Ultraviolet, and then your 7 copy FOC Incentive Cosplay Virgin, 11 copy FOC Incentive McFarlane Homage, Perillo, I don't know what's going on there, but that's like the ultimate version they're calling it, Ultraviolet. The 21 copy FOC Incentive Lee Ultraviolet. 21 copy FOC Incentive McFarlane Homage. And then we're on to Hell Sonja finally. Cover A by Perillo. Cover B by Jay Lee. Cover C by Yoon. Cover D by Linsner. Cover E. That is some serious cosplay right there, everybody. And then there's your cover F 10 copy Perillo Tint. As far as your question, Blind Adam, I've never used either Kickstarter or Indiegogo. So either or, I would say. Cover G is your 15 copy Yoon Incentive black and white, 20 copy cosplay version, and again, that's an awesome cosplay for the Hell Sonja character at least. 25 copy Yoon version. Cover J is your Perillo limited version. Cover K is your Lee limited version, and then you have your FOC Wizard. Of course, they weren't going to be leaving these off. The original art variant, the FOC Incentive version of the original art, the 11 copy FOC Virgin Wizard Homage, and then the Perillo Ultraviolet 15 copy, and the 21 copy Virgin. 21 copy FOC Incentive Linsner Virgin, and we're finally on to Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. So here's your issue 4, cover A by Perillo, and there's your cover B by Besh. Cover C by Soydom. The cover D by Linsner. The E is your cosplay. Cover F is your 10 copy Incentive Lee. 20 copy Incentive by Rose Besh. Perillo black and white 25 copy. Soydom 30 copy black and white. And then we're on to the limited version. Cover J, Perillo limited version. The Rose Besh limited version. And then the Soydom limited version. Linsner limited version. And then we're on to the Crazy Homage cover, which is this time the TMNT Raphael Homage. There's your cover N. Cover O, Perillo Ultraviolet. Cover P, 7 copy Incentive Cosplay version. The cover Q is your Risque variant. And this is just all sorts of weird. And then here is your cover R, 11 copy FOC incentive TMNT homage. And here's your Lee 15 copy incentive FOC Virgin. Wow. Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, number 4, cover T, 15 copy incentive Perillo Ultraviolet. You know, I think Dynamite actually is returnable on some books, and that they recycle because I think they print their own. So I think they recycle any unused paper and then make it happen. But it explains a lot because they don't care. They don't care that they're dropping all these risque variants on you, and that last risque variant was pretty neat. IDW Entertainment giving us G.I. Joe, the Real American Hero, Yo Joe, one shot. I don't know what's going on. They got the Saturday morning version, and then they got this version. They got the Real American Hero story and the main series, but they're all trying to finish that stuff up. Star Trek Discovery Adventures in the 32nd Century, number 1. This is not the first appearance of the Star Trek Discovery characters, though. There was a previous Star Trek Discovery run in IDW. This, however, is probably going to be rarer than a hen's tooth because do you have a lot of Star Trek readers in your store? Star Trek readers used to be the kind of reader that would come in and ask why I didn't have any Star Trek comics on the shelf. And I said, well, fortunately, we don't get enough people ordering them to put them on the shelf. You don't get enough people ordering Star Trek comics? No, we don't get enough people ordering Star Trek comics. There's not going to be enough people ordering Star Trek comics. You're probably going to have to order 10 copies of number 1 yourself just to be able to get the incentive. So, look, if you're a Star Trek fan, especially of Star Trek Discovery, this is probably going to be a book you're going to want to read, but it might be a little bit tougher to find than you think. Same with these other Star Trek books, the Mirror War. Now, apparently, all these Mirror War tie-ins have been fantastic. People have been really liking these, especially people who are fans of the Next Generation stories. And again, I've tried to explain to people, this is very similar to the Shattered Glass story that I just experienced through Transformers, alternate parallel universes, kind of like a little bit of variant differences and things like that. So look at our version of Geordi here. He's got 2 cybernetic guys. And here is the Forge cover B. And then here is your 15 copy incentive. Transformers Beast Wars number 13 with a cover A. Rhinox cover B, not too shabby. And then, of course, your 10 copy Optimus Primal variant cover for issue 13. And then, look, this is a little backwards for IDW to have done this, but Transformers the Best of Megatron pairs very well with Transformers the Best of Optimus Prime. However, Transformers number 22 is reprinted in this book. Optimus Prime came out first and has Transformers number 23 reprinted in. Those are a 2-part story called Chaos Theory. One of my favorite Transformers stories, written by one of my favorite Transformers writers, as well as illustrated by one of my favorite Transformers artists. James Roberts is the guy who wrote the story, and Alex Milne is the artist. I highly recommend it. If you see this one out there, probably a good pickup, especially with IDW's license ending. Some of those are going to be pretty neat. The next one up for that series is going to be the Best of Hot Rod. You know, out of the way, Hot Rod. Up from Image, we have 71-74 Annual, number 1. A Thing Called Truth, number 5, cover A. Cover B. Cover C. And then your cover D. Adventure Man, number 8. Crossover, number 12. And then here is your number 12 cover B by Simmons. And look who the big bad is, everybody. We know who that big bad is. Anybody shooting their pants right now? No, Negan, we're not. Crossover number 12 with the cover C. That's your, I believe, 25 copy, and this is going to be your 50 copy incentive variant cover. So maybe the odds be in your favor there, but still not a whole lot of heat on that. And he appeared in the last issue. So crossover 11 is the one where Negan shows up, but he's on the cover of 12. So if you didn't know that he was in 11, the spoilerish cover on 12 probably gave that away. Hellcop number 5, cover A. The cover B with the Norman Rockwell style stuff is just amazing. And there's another book that kept on doing that too. Oh yeah, the Nightmare blog. Hellcop number 5, cover C. And then this is your cover D. Blind Adam's favorite read this week, he said. Loaded Bible, Blood of My Blood number 1 with a cover A by Merca and Dolfo. Cover B by Cafaro. There we go. Cover C by Forbes. Now this is wicked looking. This really is wicked looking. And then here is Loaded Bible, Blood of My Blood number 1 of 6. This is the cover D photo variant. This is your blank sketch. And then this is your 10 copy incentive. And this, the Shroud. Man, they really went ham on this one. This is your 25 copy incentive. Loaded Bible, Blood of My Blood, Vampire Jesus. Magic Order 2, number 5 of 6, cover A by Stuart Oman. There's the same artwork but black and white. And then here is your cover C by Ryan Sook. You know, Comic Boom, I don't know how that works. Magic Order number 2 of 6, cover D. But you know, that's probably a Donnie. Ask Donnie Cates via Twitter. See what happens. New Burn number 4. Oh, here it is. Nita Hall's Nightmare blog number 5, cover A. And then, oh look, another one of the Norman Rockwell things. Noctera number 8, cover A, Tony Daniel. Cover B by Dustin Nguyen. Cover C, also by Tony Daniel. And then here is your 10 copy incentive Daniel Black and White Virgin. 25 copy incentive by Christian Ward. 50 copy incentive by Dustin Nguyen. That's good stuff right there. So here we have Dark Hawk on Fire. Rogue Sun, number 1, cover A. And there's your cover B by Montez. It's pretty good looking. The 10 copy incentive by Abel. And then your 25 copy incentive by D. Niculo. Brett Booth. Leaving you, just about nothing. So Rogue Sun, number 1, everybody. There's your Walking Dead Deluxe number 34, cover A. The cover B by Charlie Adlard. Del Mundo. So this variant cover actually didn't have artwork available at the time of FOC, which really made it annoying. But the Del Mundo is a really good one. Walking Dead Deluxe number 34 is your cover A. I'm sorry, cover D by another Charlie Adlard cover. And then cover E is your Tedesco. You need creps? DC Comics giving us Arkham City, The Order of the World, number 6 of 6. She's holding somebody's lower jaw. A little weird. Professor Pig on the cover of the cover B, Kari Andrews cardstock variant cover. Batman 121 cover A. Luther in a bat suit. Never thought I'd see it, and I'm not exactly thrilled that I did. Didn't really enjoy the story, but some of you might have. Here's your Matina cardstock variant. This is the Lee Bermejo cardstock variant, but this is for the Batman, the movie. And it's based off the Pattinson Batman. This is your Batman 121 cover D. The incentive 1 in 25. And then this is your 1 in 50 Jock variant cover. like holofoil. Batman Killing Time, number 1 of 6. There's your cover A by David Marquez. The cover B by Cal Ngu. Wow. Look, I mean, Souza is fire, but this dude's talented, and he's got a plethora of covers out there. You know, he did join up and do a whole bunch of, it looked like these X variants for a couple of people there. I think it was a store exclusive, though. So, but obviously a talented artist, and this is probably one of the better Catwoman covers of late. Oh, yeah, then there's this one, too, of course, which is the Batman, the movie. That's the card stock. The Batman Killing Time, number 1. 25 copy incentive by Alex Garner here. And then, of course, your Peach Momoko. 1 in 100 incentive on a $5.99 cover price. So this is one of those where if you can find it for a good deal and you're a Momoko fan, oof. No, Comic Boom, I could not get tickets to go. My LCS was doing the buy out the theater thing, and they're going on Friday, but I couldn't do Friday night because drunken chat and such. So we'll have to wait and see if I can actually get in to see a viewing of that. Catwoman number 39 with a second print. And of course, this is the Sozo Maiko cover that everybody loves, but they screwed it up by putting that trade dress over the top like that. I'm sorry, but the first print variant will forever be the one. And I know there's a store exclusive out there with a white background. Nobody cares. Dark Knights of Steel, number 5, number of 12, of course. And, you know, who doesn't love a nice Harley and Ivy cover, especially one driven by Dan Mora? I mean, it's not like his lines are bad. His lines are really good, actually. This is your Joshua Middleton cardstock variant cover, though. Unreal. Middleton sometimes, man. Dark Knights of Steel, number 5 of 12 with the cover C, and this is your 25 copy incentive. Ejikor. I'm going to say that one no more times and not mess it up any worse. But that's your 25 copy incentive, which, by the way, I did put in a variant battle against another variant just to see where you guys were feeling these DC books this week. Detective Comics 1055 cover A by Irvin Rodriguez. The Lee Bermejo cardstock variant cover. Man, Bermejo and capes and leather. This dude is just so talented. Detective Comics 1055 cover C, the 1 in 25 incentive, and this shocked me that this book didn't become more popular because of the Batman that is on the cover. But, you know, people might have been distracted by a whole bunch of other stuff this week because there was a ton of big books this week as far as asking price. Justice League number 73, of course, with your cover A. And there is your cover B. Ariel Olivetti doing Hawk Girl and the, you know, Infinite Frontier Goddess Wonder Woman. Man. Justice League Incarnate number 5 of 5 is a cover A by Gary Frank. The Justice League Incarnate number 5 of 5 cover B by Jorge Fornes. I mean, it's an Orion versus Darkseid cover. We don't get to see that very often. And then here is your Justice League Incarnate number 5, 25 copy incentive variant cover. That is Orion, isn't it? Yeah. Peacemaker and Orion both wearing helmets, kind of confusing people. Monkey Prince number 2. That's your cover A. This is your cover B. And there's your 25 copy Michael Cho cardstock variant cover. Nice House on the Lake returns with issue number 7. And then here is your cover B. One Star Squadron number 4. And then we have Static Season 1, number 6. This is the final issue of the Season 1 series. Season 2's already been solicited as far as I know, and I think they are giving him a little bit of a costume update before Season 2 hits. Suicide Squad number 13 with the cover A by Rafa Sandoval. The cover B, Melnikov. War for Earth 3, number 1 of a 2-issue miniseries, and there's your cover A by Rafa Sandoval. And then the Ultraman variant. Whew. This dude has some issues. We're going to talk about it later, so don't worry, stick around. War for Earth 3, number 1, cover C, which is your 25-copy Liam Sharp incentive. And then you have your 50-copy Liam Mark cardstock variant cover of Amanda Waller. World of Krypton, number 4 of the 6-issue miniseries. And then here is your cover B. And that's going to finish it up for the DC stuff. We're on to Marvel. Marvel giving us Alien number 10. The Penosian variant actually sold out in some places before the incentive. Go figure. Go figure. Amazing Spider-Man number 91. And then we have the Ramos Carnage Forever variant. And then the Pacelli variant cover. Avengers Forever number 1 with a second printing Cooter variant. And this is the I control the symbiote. I am the master. Avengers Forever number 1 with a second print 25 copy incentive Doggerman variant cover that only colors one of the many Scarlet Witches. But you know what? At least they got a little bit of color on this cover, because black and white looked completely stupid. I'm sorry, Marvel. It just did. Avengers Forever number 3. Avengers Forever number 3 with the McGinnis variant. FOMO of the Week. Black Panther number 4. The Laraka variant that is not Tosin, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. The Phil Noto X-Gwen variant. Like if Phil had actually done this as a Jean Grey variant and just colored the hair red, I mean, we'd be in business. Literally. Here's your Hans variant. Now again, I love Stephanie Hans's work. I love her lines. I love her colors. I think she does a very unique style. She's definitely got a soft brush style where the colors are a little bit muted and not as sharp as they could be, but it's that watercolor. You know what I mean? That's kind of like her thing. But this book's not a $150 book by any means. That I can see, I can't justify anybody spending that kind of money on it. So you have a good night too, man. Have a blessed rest of the week to you too, Blind Adam. And hey, man, look forward to maybe hanging with you on Friday night. Captain America and Iron Man number 1 did get a second printing by Alex Ross, which is the black and white pencil sketch art. And let's just be honest, black and white Alex Ross is amazing. But this right here, not too shabby. Oh, yep. The A cover was okay, but I know it's Alex Ross, but Joshua Swabby Sway, man, he killed it on this one. Good perspective, you know, looking down. Yeah, all around. I'm sad I missed it. Captain America and Iron Man number 4 of the 5-issue miniseries. This is your 25-copy incentive. Daredevil Woman Without Fear number 3 of 3. The Stormbreakers variant cover, and there were no incentives. Also, stick around because we're going to talk about that book and a little sneaky thing that Marvel pulled. Death of Doctor Strange Bloodstone number 1, and this is your second printing Goara variant. Devil's Reign Spider-Man number 1 of 3. Devil's Reign Spider-Man number 1 of 3 of the Carlos variant. Devil's Reign X-Men number 2. And then the Garon variant cover. Oh, Fantastic Four number 41. The Sousa Black History Month variant of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. And then we have the Silva concept art variant for the character known as Reject. Fantastic Four 41, the Yagawa X Gwen variant cover. Hulk number 3 with a second printing Otley variant. So is this second printing cameo appearance of the Titan going to get any traction from you people? Does alternate universe Kate Spec ever really work out? Codex and Dylan. What? Codex and Dylan. Oh, I'm sorry. I have a nasty cough. Hulk number 3, though. Second print variant for you. And then one of my favorite reads this week, the Moon Knight number 9. Moon Knight number 9 with a Penosian Carnage Forever variant. And then the Simmons variant. Shang-Chi number 7 with a second printing Ruan variant. She-Hulk number 2. The Jones variant for She-Hulk number 2. She's got a very, very good face. You know, still muscular as all get out, but good face on She-Hulk right there. She-Hulk number 2 with the Nakayama X-Gwen variant. Gwenverine, everybody. Spider-Woman number 20. Spider-Woman number 20 with the Peach Momoko variant cover. Spider-Woman number 20 with the Perez variant. And then here is your X-Gwen variant. She's turned into Iceman. Star Wars number 20 with a second printing variant. And of course, this one is the first appearance of the Shroom Planet that copies the souls of Jedis. And it's the first appearance of High Republic Jedi, apparently. They apparently stopped at that planet sometime. Star Wars number 21. I bet you it's a plot point they're setting up. I'm just telling you, it's probably a plot point they're setting up. Star Wars number 21. The John Tyler Christopher action figure variant cover, which should be waiting in my box. Thanks to the store. That's the one pull that they always remember me for. Star Wars 21 with your variant cover, and then your Sprouse Lucasfilm variant. So it's not the first appearance of the IG unit, but it is the first appearance of that IG unit. And of course, this is the way. Star Wars Darth Vader number 20, getting you a second printing Sprouse Beskar border variant cover. I saw it sell out at a couple larger online retailers, making it very interesting to see. Star Wars High Republic number 15. And again, this is the book that had y'all going nuts. Fairy variant, not doing too bad, but this is the one. The Anandito variant cover is the one that is selling for exorbitant amounts of money currently, blowing out of the water what should have probably been the big attention book of the week, but it didn't work out that way. Now, last week, yes, I was told Star Wars High Republic, Eye of the Storm, hot heat, go get it, go get it, go get it. I didn't. And I skipped on the Sion variant cover here, but you know, they're 40 to 60 bucks. Currently doing. It's under ratio or a little bit above ratio, but right around double ratio. You know, very interesting book here today. We're going to talk about it a little bit more in a little bit. Strange number 1, of course, has all these different variant covers. The art germ is fire. The Jeff Scott Campbell also is fire. But there's a Scotty Young variant cover mixed in the bunch. The Mana Carnage Forever variant. And, of course, the Esrar variant cover. And this one is probably going to be one you want to get. Just because he's on the cover. This is your Hidden Gem variant. This is your Art Germ variant. Virgin. And then this is your Campbell Virgin. So the two last Virgins, this Campbell is your 1 in 500 incentive. The Art Germ Virgin is 1 in 200. 1 in 100 would have been your Hidden Gem, and then the lower ratio would have been the one with a new character on it. Strange Academy number 15 with the second printing Ramos variant. The Thing number 5 of the 6-issue miniseries. Here's your Penosian variant cover. Venom number 4, second printing Hitch variant. And then What If Miles Morales number 1. There's your Andrews variant cover. There is your Steel Freeze variant cover. Coelho. Ramos. Clark Coelho design variant cover. So, X-Men number 9 is up next, and of course this is the one, very interesting alliances being forged between some enemies there. And X-Men number 9 with the Busto Stormbreakers variant. And Ron Lim. Joffrey, that's a very interesting question. Is it worth it to get? Probably not, because every comic book they put out is a cash grab. They want your money. Now, do you enjoy the Doctor Strange character? Because if so, you're probably going to want to read that. If you really enjoyed the Death of Doctor Strange miniseries, you're going to like what happens in Strange. X-Men number 9 with this Ron Lim Carnage Forever variant. I'm sorry, Polaris, but there you go. Probably one of the cooler variant sets out there right now with these X-Men trading card variants adopting the old Jim Lee kind of look, even though it's not Jim Lee art, it's mostly Russell Dauterman. Except for this one. This one is the Wernick trading card variant cover. And of course this shows our villain Fei Long, who his real name is Kevin Heng. The X-Men number 9 U connecting promo variant cover. That's going to wrap it up for the new books, everybody. So stick around. We'll talk about the heat from the week. But we've got plenty of more show here. Smash that like button. And let's get into the Raw Report update, where we're going to talk about some things that happens to be coming about this week. So newsworthy, maybe a little spoilerific, maybe a little bit of futurist stuff. So I'm going to do my best to break you guys in slowly. But you know what? Iron Kitty. Now, I had one of my friends going, but isn't that her on the cover? Well, let's talk about this for a second. So, of course, Jed McKay's acclaimed Black Cat saga continues with the return of the Iron Cat. So, Jed McKay and Perry Perez launch an all-new Iron Cat limited series in this June. Black Cat, of course, had previously appeared in her, let's just say in her series, the Iron Cat armor made a debut. However, they're going to be giving her her own series with this Iron Cat. Do you guys remember this one? Because I do. So Black Cat number 11, of course, is the cameo appearance, if you want to call it. It's the first. This is your first appearance. This should be the book you should be picking up if you're speccing on the Iron Cat. Here's why. Clearly she's in there. Is she? Well, the suit's there. We do see the suit, and the suit is obviously talking. But what we do find out in issue number 12 is, of course, what Tony Stark feared the whole time. She was never in the armor. She was never in the armor! Like, he's pissed off about that. Because he's been chasing that armor around the city. She never once set foot in the armor. So does this change things? Has she actually appeared as the Iron Cat yet? Now, I had somebody who I used to, hang out with, might have made some content with, blatantly just bullshit out their ass. Oh, Iron Cat's going to be making an appearance in her movie, and just started making up a whole bunch of shit. That guy got lucky that this Iron Cat book came out, because otherwise that was dead spec. It was dead spec until the announcement of the Iron Cat series. It's a mini-series. We'll see where it goes. And of course, Felicia doesn't mind. But do you? That's the question. Do you mind that Felicia was never in the costume or never in the armor? Does that count? Leave me a comment below. Oh, what the hell did I do here? Yeah, that's messed up. So, yeah, she's got it. Yeah, baby, she's got it. She's your Venus. She's your fire. Is that your desire? Because this right here is the Eastman variant for 127, possibly. So I did see two different versions of this artwork, and that's why I wanted to share them with you here. Eastman usually doesn't draw this kind of stuff unless he's doing a variant cover for it. So I've seen it both ways. This is what I was explaining in the live chat on Cover Picks this evening. I have seen the artwork that I believe to be the Eastman cover for Turtles 127. And in Turtles 127, of course, Venus will make her debut in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 127. And this is reported by doing a Google search. So it's on FOC this week, Dave collects. Yeah. So after 24 years, Venus is returning to TMNT lore. It's been a while since you guys have probably seen her, but this is from 117. Now, do you count an image of the future as her first appearance? I mean, she's there, and in the immortal words of Mighty Mel V, it's an appearance, but it's a shit appearance. And it really is. 117 is what you would call a shit appearance. One panel in a vision of the future is where the character shows up, and they're going to call that a first? I don't think so. I think 127 is probably a better book, probably for more reasons. Going to be on the cover, going to appear in story, probably going to talk to. Let me know what you think about that one. Okay, and then Respawn, spawn of... Respawn is the spawn of who? Did you guess it? Did you get it correctly? So in Deathstroke Incorporated number 7, which isn't even out yet, comicbook.com has decided to spoil you already. So DC has finally revealed the identity of a potential new villain. And, well, we know that Respawn has every right to dress like a Deathstroke knockoff because apparently he's a younger version of Slade Wilson. So Respawn is Deathstroke reborn. So when this Deathstroke dies, Respawn will take his place. This is getting a little bit weird, but just remember the first appearance of Respawn was back in this new Robin series. Llama powers activate. You know, I think alpacas are cooler than llamas because you can have an alpaca and name him Bowl. Anyway, so again, Robin number 1 is going to be your first appearance of the guy Respawn, which is apparently a Deathstroke clone. Going forward, I wonder what that's going to do. Okay, so I'm on my way to the blood bank after a tiny delay. And what do I mean by that? Well, the blood bank is going to be the final trailer for Morbius has finally hit. If you haven't seen it yet, I very much recommend you do. Obviously, there's been doing some reshoots. There's been some additional special effects added to make this film not look like a complete dilapidated piece of shit. Because Morbius has a lot of hopes. Jared Leto needs to redeem himself after the Joker. It's not that the Joker was bad. It's just they didn't showcase Jared Leto as the Joker enough, and we've seen enough deleted footage to know that there was enough movie there that they really could have improved Jared Leto's character in that one. But it's fine because now we get him as a vampire, and Sonyverse is going to survive off of the backs of this movie alone. But yeah, Jared Leto is looking the part, and I'm actually kind of excited for that. So don't worry, Ultra Maximus will be back next week with more news. Let me know what you think of the news that I did share this week. And of course, tag me at Ultra Maximus X if you see anything on Twitter. And then of course, if you see anything worthy on IG or Facebook, it's ULTRA Maximus. And I appreciate all the tags and sends and things. And again, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think of the stories here that I've shared this evening. All right, everybody, it's time to get into the read pile. I have to say, I read a lot of books this week. I did not have time to make slides for all of the books that I read, but I did try to pick and choose my battles when it came to sharing because we found some spec. And I know you guys like the spec, so that's why we're going to enter the speculation matrix. I'm going to give you guys a couple of books that may or may not be on your radar. Spoilerific, of course, because we're talking about books that came out today and some of you guys haven't made it to the comic book shop, but in the interest of, showcasing some very important things, man, if you caught that last slide that I accidentally had out of place, you're probably going to see exactly what goes on here. So Avengers Forever number 3 out today had some very interesting ramifications. And one of those ramifications is of course, the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider car becoming venomized. So this right here is indeed the first in-story appearance of a venomized Ghost Rider by Robbie Reyes, as far as I can tell. However, this book right here happens to be the first venomized Robbie Reyes cover, and that is, of course, Ghost Rider number 5. I think it's like volume 8 or something like that. So understand this. This version of Robbie Reyes has now come to fruition in Avengers Forever. This is a qualifier variant. During those wonderful days when you had to hit percentage qualifiers, the Venomized set from that year had both heroes and then villains later on, a couple of months, showcased in Spider-Gwen number 18 and then again in number 24. So 6 months apart. I'd be looking for that Ghost Rider book, though. What if Miles Morales became Captain America hit the shelves today? And of course, a lot of you guys are all about it. So, the Gray Skull here is, yes, his name is Gray Skull. Gray Skull, like in Castle, but not. So, yeah. Not only do we get this version of the Prowler, later on to be revealed to be Miles' uncle. Well, we also get some first appearances in this book here, and I want everybody to pay attention because right now we have a lot of people who are pointing fingers at Miles Morales number 35 for the first one brief panel, one-shot appearance of Miles Morales as Captain America. Okay, bet. If we're going to be counting that as your first appearance, then what do we have here with the Miles Wolverine, the Miles Thor, and the Miles Hulk? Is this first appearance too? Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think, because if so, then this 1 in 200 has multiple first appearances in it. I'm in the boat of thinking that, they do kind of appear there. They do kind of appear. Moon Knight number 9. Let me tell you something. This cover A hits. This was amazing. The read on this thing was even more amazing because we find out that Moon Knight enters what's called the House of Shadows. The House of Shadows was an old Doctor Strange foe. This thing has appeared now as an apartment building in New York and is kidnapping people. Yeah, it's number 9. And then Moon Knight and the House have a talk. Moon Knight brings back enough explosives to level the building, but the house again is the House of Shadows is a haunted dwelling. So Moon Knight makes him an offer he cannot refuse. He says, "Come with me, and you and I we keep coming back, but with purpose." He's like, nobody wants us, but we still continue to come back regardless of what people want. He's like, but we both need purpose. And I can offer you the same thing that keeps me going. A mission. And this is where it gets really, really weird. So, this busted out, blown up building, of course, was the old Midnight Mission. And then the House of Shadows agrees to help possess this building and turns it back to the Midnight Mission. But outside, before they enter their Midnight Mission, they're back in business. And so let's get to work is what he says. But little do they know that the terrorist who just escaped from Ravencroft, Rutherford Winter, is chasing them. Now, is this Rutherford Winter's first appearance? No, he appeared in a graphic novel years ago. So that graphic novel is always going to be his first appearance. This is everybody trying to say this is his first appearance in comics. He kind of had a brief appearance in the last issue. But issue 9 does not lie. And yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. But if you're interested in the House of Shadows, it first appeared way back here in Strange Tales number 120. There's a lot of modification going on to Moon Knight's lore. They're very much establishing an expanded Moon Knight universe, which I think is pretty cool. Now, the War for Earth 3, holy shit is all I can say to this. This was nuts. Because first off, you've got Ultraman here. He's, being, basically pandered to by everybody around him. He's trying to worship him because they know the guy's like strong as all get out. Yeah, and then he decides to laser vision them all and just, blows up everybody in the room because he's a dick. And this is the crime syndicate version of Superman. There's Power Ring, who's also a dick. Well, Amanda Waller shows up on Earth 3 with her clone of Superboy and then has Brainiac Etrigan turn him Bizarro and then unleash him on this version of Metropolis. Now, Amanda came through with a lot of people. A lot of disposable people, just say that. So, a lot of fighting goes down. But this is where this book got me like, what the hell? So Ultraman is apparently all pissed off, and he's got his attention elsewhere. He goes, "My eyes are elsewhere," and he's focusing down on the Owl Cave, and he sees that Superwoman, Donna Troy, and Owlman, Thomas Wayne Jr. Well, they just had a little bit of a snooze session, and basically they're making Ultraman watch. Yeah. He really does not like this. He's a little bit pissed off about it. Shows up at the cave. Says he's had enough. And then Donna's just absolutely wicked to him. Saying, have you? Like, have you had enough? Oh, she's like, oh, poor, powerful Ultraman. What's he to do with me? The only thing he's ever wanted, but he can't have. He's like, you'll push me too far, Donna. He's getting all sorts of, like, amped up because she is totally putting him in the, CUCK area. So basically Ultraman sends the green, Power Ring, then he sends Owlman in to deal with Amanda Waller, and both of them fail. Now, Owlman gets captured, and Amanda Waller says, something, did you know that this guy doesn't have any powers? And, she's been basically beating the crap out of him, and Superwoman goes, don't you hurt him. That one is mine. And Ultraman is like super jealous at this point. So it gets kind of funny. Ultraman shows up, but then this is where it gets weird. Johnny Quick had died already. He's already been dead. But Johnny Quick is back. And it doesn't make any sense. We buried Quick long ago. He goes, it does, it will, just hear her out. So Johnny Quick may have convinced Ultraman to listen to Amanda Waller. But if you guys are interested in these guys, the Crime Syndicate, well, they first appeared back in the New 52 run, and that is your Justice League 23, which has a regular cover, a combo pack, and this variant cover on the right. May the odds be in your favor if you are looking to spec on those characters. Strange number 1. The Harvestman shows up very early in the issue, deals with Clara Strange. He tells her that you will not resurrect Stephen Strange. But they kind of break away from here. So I don't know what's going on, if this is actually something that takes place after what goes on this issue, and it appears it may be. So I want you guys to take a look at the hand that is reaching for the Harvestman on the middle panel on the left page. Take a look at that. Just remember it. Hang tight for a second, because right here we have Thunderstrike being resurrected on the final page. So Eric Masterson first appeared way back in the Mighty Thor 391, became the Thunderstrike character in 459. These books are very much available in the back issue bins. I don't know how good the spec is, but Thunderstrike's return is better spec now than it was when a whole bunch of Goonie people saw Thor wearing a cut-off shirt and automatically assumed Thunderstrike spec was in play. That was very embarrassing to watch because we all know Thunderstrike ain't gonna happen. They might make a joke about it in the movie, but Thor Love and Thunder will not have Thunderstrike in it. Please, 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 please. Daredevil, The Woman Without Fear was a surprising book today for one reason and one reason only. They decided to screw every first appearance of that new Punisher logo by first putting it on the second print of Timeless and then inserting this 2-page spread in the back of Daredevil, Woman Without Fear, number 3. Only one Stormbreakers variant cover, no incentives for this issue. But there you go. That is your Frank Castle in his Mandalorian, his Hand-DeLorean, his new Funky Skull shirt. And again, that first debuted in Timeless. He is on the cover of Timeless number 1, second printing with that design. So that's going to wrap it up for the read pile. We're now into the Raw Report Versus, where I asked you last week for a head-to-head battle of a couple of variant covers. Last week, I asked you what you thought of the Dark Knights of Steel number 5 versus the Batman Killing Time number 1 in 25. Trying to keep the ratios the same, which of these two would you have gone with? I think this one is very, very tough because here we have, the 3 Gotham City Sirens, and I know that there's a lot of people who love all 3 characters equally. But I gotta say, Poison Ivy and Harley is kind of like 2-fer versus 1-fer. And yeah, Catwoman's got a safe out there, open, money falling everywhere. But I think Steel takes it, everybody. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment below. And of course, for next week, for you to ponder, I got a couple of Adam Hughes covers for you to ponder. Of these 2 Adam Hughes covers, they are both a 1 in 50 incentive. One of them is Han Solo and Chewbacca. The other one is X Lives of Wolverine. Now, I believe there's going to be probably more Star Wars people kind of leaning towards this Han Solo book than there would be Wolverine people chasing a patch variant. But either way, I think you can't go wrong. What do you mean you don't ponder? That's absurd. That's ridiculous. Comics Talk Weekly. You are one of the biggest minds I know, which means you do have a thought process. You just might ponder faster than other people. Leave me a comment below. Let me know which one of those books you're going to pick for next week. And we are now into the Ultra Maximus Speculation Matrix Heat of the Week section. Here we go, everybody. So, taking a look back at all the books that came out this week, I curated a little list of the books I think that are the hottest, have a little bit of heat behind them, maybe just some cool nostalgia collecting abilities, but let's see what I got here. Defective Comics, obviously, I put on that list just because it's a sick homage. The Wrong Earth 10-copy incentive, I already know it's an Ahoy book, not going to be a lot of them out there. This is one of those. Archie Girls books do well, apparently. And, well, here you go. The Battle of the BFFs. It's a number 1. It's an indie. And it's got an Origins in the name. So it says 6 complete stories. It's $5.95 cover price. So I don't assume there's a lot of these out there. But, of course, if the character is popular enough after this one-shot sales, will they do more? Cheap Tricks number 1. Follow Me Into the Darkness, of course. It doesn't matter which cover. You Promised Me Darkness was very much a big indie book because of the nude cover and a couple other reasons, but this book right here, there's going to be some people who definitely want it. And man, I must have actually accidentally deleted the 10-copy incentive. My apologies on that, but there is an incentive out there for you. Duel number 1, this is your second printing. Love and Rockets number 11. So, Love and Rockets is one of those Fantagraphics books. Again, not a whole lot of like buzz in the mainstream, but this is definitely an undercover kind of like cult classic kind of book. Savage Circus number 9. Look, all of these heavy metal books have been delivering. Very good. Seeds of Spring number 3. Rick and Morty Corporate Assets number 4, cover A. Rick and Morty Corporate Assets number 4, cover B. Summer clearance. Count Draco, the Knuckle Duster, Legendary Edition. And again, this is huge. It's probably like the full comic book 11 by 9. I'm sorry. Actually, no. It's going to be the comic book page size. So it's going to be massive, massive. Oh yeah, there's your girl. Swamp Dogs number 2, cover A. So would you guys get this one signed by her and then get it signed by Ethan Van Sciver? Swamp Dogs number 2 with a 10 copy incentive. And then like Blind Adam was pointing out, a second print on a number 1 for a canceled Netflix series getting adapted. What does that tell you? That the demand for issue 1 was so high, they didn't print enough? Cowboy Bebop number 2. And I'm looking forward to all these issues. There's the cover C, and of course the previous one was your photo variant. I put them all. Robin Hood, shout out to the past one-shot, cover C. We know people like those. Buckhead number 4. Now, this 10 copy incentive, as well as the FOC reveal variant and the FOC reveal virgin. All those variants are going to be tough to get. Buckhead is on issue 4 of a 5-issue series. Traditionally, by issue 3, a lot of numbers tend to take a dive. This should be one of those scenarios. I don't think there's a lot of people reading this. Are you ordering? And if you're not ordering FOC, you really need to, especially because you can only get this virgin variant of the FOC reveal 25 copy by ordering 25 copies of the FOC variant. This is like Dynamite qualifications here. They're making you guys have to jump through a lot of hoops to get some of these books, making them extremely rare. And of course, the Jim Henson Storyteller Shapeshifters number 1, cover B by Manhanini. Yeah, I don't want to mess up his name. And then the 25 copy Del Mundo, of course, not too bad. It's basically cover A without the trade dress. Magic the Gathering number 12, cover B, Hidden Sparks Intermix. And then the Something is Killing the Children Slaughter Pack. Boys number 3, the Dynamite Platinum Foil Edition. Ooh, Astro Wizard going to get some heat. Dynamite Never Dies, of course, the cover M signed Atlas Edition. This one, the Tony cover. Tony Fleeks. Excellent work. Shout out to Mighty Mel V. He loving these rose beshes. Lee Lee, one of my favorites, of course. That's your 10 copy. The 20 copy Besh, and then the Perillo Limited Version, the Besh Limited Version, the Risque, and then the Lee 15 copy version. Oh yeah, forgot the 15 copy Perillo Ultra Violet, and then the Risque Virgin variant cover. Star Trek Discovery, the 10 copy incentive. Again, who's ordering 10 copies at your LCS? The Mirror War Captain LaForge, the B cover is actually going to be quite uncommon, as well as this 15 copy incentive. Transformers Beast Wars number 13, no, with the 10 copy incentive by Griffin. And then, of course, the Best of Megatron. Like I said, Best of Megatron, pair it with Best of Optimus Prime, read those two back to back, and then let's see what Best of Hot Rod has to offer in a couple months. A Thing Called Truth number 5. And that was your C cover and your D cover. Crossover number 12 and the variant cover, obviously. So these are your two, your 25 copy and your 50 copy incentive. Obviously, if you can grab these really cheap, it's probably a good idea. I think there's a lot of people who have fallen off of crossover, and giving you an opportunity to, kind of talk to your store, be like, hey man, come on, subs are down on this one. Why don't you hook a brother up every month? Hellcop number 5, love that cover B. The cover C is also not too bad, and the D is a virginized to the cover A. Loaded Bible, Blood of My Blood, of course. This is a wicked book. Blind Adam said he liked it. I'm going to have to read it. It is in my read pile. I just didn't get a chance to. But that right there, 25 copy incentive. The Nightmare blog, of course, with cover B, another Norman Rockwell homage cover. The Nocterra number 8, the 10 copy incentive, 25 copy incentive, and the 50 copy incentive. If Nocterra really is going to get made, eventually these incentives will be desired. Rogue Sun with your Darkhawk on fire and your 50 copy Booth on fire incentive. The Walking Dead Deluxe, of course, dropping Adler given them multiple covers is one thing, but the Adler and this Del Mundo and the Tedesco were my favorites of those three. Those three were my favorites of the set, at least. Arkham City Order of the World, Kari Andrews giving you a Professor Pig variant that is disturbing. Yeah, all about that. Batman 121 cover D with the 125 copy J Anacleto variant. Ghostmaker on your cover. Batman 121 cover E is your 50 copy incentive. The Cal new cardstock variant, and then again your 25 copy Gardner and your 100 copy Momoko. So the only good thing is that these Gardners are probably not going to have a huge markup on them for stores that did order 100 copies because they're going to get 4. Catwoman 39 second print. And again, they covered up the assets that were the reason why the A cover did so well. Dark Knights of Steel, number 5 of 12, cover C. Then your Lee Bermejo. You know, Deathmog 91, can't love them all. But I honestly, when I see Bermejo's artwork on this Batman, I do realize why it is better than that 1 in 25. And then the Detective 1 in 25 here. Again, if you're not a fan of this version of the Batman, this alternate universe one, you're probably going to overlook this book. But for those of you who know about this version of Batman from an alternate universe, you are all about it. Justice League Incarnate number 5. I mean, we've got an Orion and a Darkseid cover on a modern variant. What the hell year are we in right now? That's your 25 copy incentive. And again, it might not be great, but it does show female Aquaman. Of course, the Black Superman. I don't know if that's a Savage Dragon ripoff in the bottom right-hand corner. Thomas Wayne is Batman. Captain Carrot. Mary Marvel, obviously. And, of course, that new character, the multiverse chick. Monkey Prince number 2. 25 copy Michael Cho cardstock incentive. And, again, Monkey Prince number 1 probably had you losing your head at the end of the book. I wonder how issue 2 turned out. I have to read that one. Nice House on the Lake, number 7 of 12, of course. And the B cover. No brainer. Static Season 1, number 6 of 6, cover B, Nicholas Draper, Ivy cardstock variant cover. Suicide Squad number 13 with the cover A, Sandoval. That was a really good read. I left out some things in the read review, so I wouldn't spoil some things, but a major character actually gets sent to the Phantom Zone. Some pretty messed up things happen in the War for Earth 3. So this is the War for Earth 3 Part 1, where all those scenes I showed you where Superwoman was making a fool out of Ultraman while using Owlman as a plaything. War for Earth number 3, number 1 cover B. And then here is your World of Krypton number 4, cover B. I don't know why I put it on there, just because I like the art. Penosian variant for Alien number 10. And then the Yoon variant, which is your incentive. So very good details on this one. Avengers Forever number 1, second printing Cooter variant. And then the 25 copy incentive Doggerman. Avengers Forever number 3. And again, as we saw, Robbie Reyes making his debut as the Ghost Rider. Here's your Avengers Forever number 3 McGinnis variant. Oh boy, there's lots of monsters going on there. Lots of monsters. And again, I'm going to put this on here just because you all FOMO'd it into oblivion. But the Hans variant, if you can find a store that's willing to give you a reasonable price on this, I'd buy it. But honestly, at the going rate that it's going for now, it's a leave on the shelf and let them hold the bag. Don't you be holding the bag. Because anybody who bought this variant for $150 is obviously going to be returning it. Obviously. Captain America, number 4, of course, Alex Ross, doing an amazing cover. Captain Hydra uniform, though. This is what makes this all very weird. What happens on the cover doesn't actually happen inside. Yeah. Sway variant. And then here, of course, we have the SRR variant, which again, what happens on this cover does not actually happen in the book. Daredevil Woman Without Fear, and after they screwed up the reveal of Frank Castle and put it in this book, I have a feeling these are going to start to sell a little bit more. The Death of Doctor Strange Bloodstone second printing. What's this going to do to the first? First print will always be more desirable, I think. Fantastic Four, number 41, the Sousa Black History Month variant again. Last year, Sousa did all the Black History Month variants. This year, not the only person doing it, but Joshua Swaby Sway doing them. Yeah. And then, of course, the Silva Concept Art variant. So this is the character Reject. I believe 41 is his first appearance, which may entice people to pick up that book. If you're reading The Reckoning War, you're probably already on the ball with that one. Moon Knight number 9. Wicked cover. MC Escher. Right? And then the Simmons variant cover. But I'm not paying like what a lot of people were trying to pre-sell this one at like close to 60. Nah. I'm at ratio or below on this one. Again, yes, he creates the Moon Knight mission, the mission, rebuild or whatever, with a haunted house. It is what it is. I read this one too. Didn't have time to put the slides in the read pile, but Bartel on the A cover is amazing. Jones on the variant, also not too shabby. Spider-Woman number 20 with the Momoko variant, though. Spider on the face, too. That's why I picked this one, is because nobody wants a spider on their face. Star Wars number 20 with the second print. First print must be hot if the second print is hot, too. And that's also a good way to judge. Got a lot of guys out there who like to pump second prints. Unfortunately, there's been some Hawkeyes with some fake sales that were propped up by one of my favorite people. And because of that, now we have other people out there thinking some of these Hawkeye second prints are worth a lot of money when they're not. Star Wars number 21, the Christopher action figure variant. The Pagulayan variant. Hope I didn't mess that one up. The Lucasfilm variant. This is the first, I believe, first appearance of our guy from The Mandalorian, who unfortunately passes away. And then, of course, we got the Vader second print Sprouse Beskar border variant. So, with the announcement of a Mandalorian series, this book and the first print, I think, are going to see a little bit more heat. Star Wars High Republic number 15. Of course, I don't need to explain myself after explaining the Anandito variant cover doing what it's doing. High Republic Eye of the Storm, of course, is the Marshawn Rowe origin story. And there's the Sion variant cover. Manny, you got in there. Good pick, man. Good pick. And this is exactly what I do too. Whenever people are FOMOing about a book, I let them FOMO it. I let them chase it. I go after other stuff. And of course, this was a week where I really didn't have anything that I needed to have in my collection. So I skipped the LCS today. I didn't go to the comic book store today, everybody, believe it or not. Probably going tomorrow, though. Strange number 1 with the Art Germ variant. And then, of course, the Campbell variant. And these are your two, that's your Virgin variant. This one also did have a version of it. That's your SRR variant cover. Oh, yeah, I think I chose them all. Yeah, it's Campbell Virgin variant. So there was also another unused cover art that showed her with a whole bunch of spiritual hands. So it looked like she had like 6 arms and she was reading through other books. So it was kind of crazy. Death Mog, actually, that right there is probably some of the best advice I can give some people. Now, sometimes that does backfire on us because, of course, sometimes a book gets super hot and it just does not come down. But when it is one of those situations where it's a book like Black Panther 4, has a big nothing burger on the inside of it, it's going to cool off. And again, if you really like that Hans cover and you really want that in your collection, just go ahead and wait for it to cool off before you go ham. Strange Academy, of course, dropping this number 15 second printing Ramos variant featuring the 3rd appearance of Gaslamp. He first appears in 13, not 14. Venom number 4 with the 2nd print. Of course, that's our buddy Bedlam on the cover. What if Miles Morales? Now, again, if we're going to count all the other versions of Miles that appeared at the end of this issue, issue 1's the one. Unless they introduce other versions that were not pictured, which I don't think we're getting. But the Clark variant is also not too shabby, and then, of course, the Coelho design variant. This is your 1 in 200. Good luck on being able to find that one for a reasonable rate. But you guys also notice what never happened in this issue? He does not have spider powers. X-Men number 9 and Pepe Larraz always delivering on the A cover. And then the Warnick trading card variant was one I liked a lot, as well as the U promo variant. So those are all the books that I thought that had some kind of potential to them this week. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Now, you guys know I do this thing called the Raw Report, where you get the new pickups and mail drops. And then, of course, you guys know I want you to subscribe to the next episode of that, because it's going to be lit. You're watching the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser, but of course I'll be back next week with another episode to make sure you are subscribed to the channel for that one as well. And as I stated earlier, I do another show called the Seagard variant, which is where we go over the Final Order cutoff. This is the Ghosts of Monday, our FOC review, where we're going to take a look back at stuff that closed on Final Order cutoff this past week. So what this is the last alarm I'm going to give you guys before release day on a book. And, well, what do I mean by that? Again, all these books are now finite. Whoever's ordered them has got them ordered. If it's an incentive, there's only going to be so many of them available. We are now going to be in what is called the 3 weeks of shelf copy absorption. What do I mean by that? Well, right now, your store has ordered for their subs and has ordered for the shelf copies. So they have their numbers in. They have their orders done. They know how many books are going to be hitting the shelf on release day. But because of you guys maybe not putting in your final orders, you're like me, you're hoping you just waltz into the store and you're going to find that 10 copy incentive to the Animal Castle just chilling there. You may find the 10 copy, but your store didn't know that you wanted the 20 copy or even the 30 copy, and they're not ordering that many copies. This is the reason why Final Order cutoff is very important, to secure your orders. Maniac of New York, Bronx Burning with the Frank Avila variant cover. And this is, of course, another wonderful movie homage. Edgar Allan Poe's Snifter of Death number 6. I mean, Bunny Rabbit with a devil tail. Speed Republic number 2, cover A. It has to deal with cars. And, of course, there you got a Mercedes 190E Evolution toy with an NSX toy. And then here we have what appears to be an old Cutlass. Just like the one from Dazed and Confused. And, of course, Scout Frontiers issue 2. Oh, if Comics Talk Weekly loves this Snifter of Death series, you know it's good. Phil has very, very good eclectic taste. So, Scout Frontiers issue number 2, of course, this shows all of our Scout heroes. Have you guys been picking up this first appearances of these Scout characters? All right. Hey, man, watch the leather. Armorclads. So this is a new spin on the original Armorines, I'm sure. It's a property that was owned by Valiant, was distributed back in the 1990s, had a lot of hubbub about it. Be a hell of a lot cooler if you did know about the Armorines, man. So Armorclads has an exceptional amount of covers. That's your cover A. They didn't show the Mastrazo and Roberts cover, but I assume it's going to be insane. The cover C is the A cover, black and whited and redded. And then Armorclad's number 1 cover D, pre-order bundled edition, giving you an up close. And then they said, for real, man, there's a 250 copy incentive by Livio Ramondelli. Now, if you don't know who Livio is, I am currently looking at the Transformers Livio Ramondelli sketchbook hanging on my wall, right next to the Alex Milne sketchbook hanging on my wall. Livio Ramondelli is a Transformers artist who also does have his own IDW book called The Kill Lock. And Armorclad's going to be delivering that one. So there's also, again, that sketch variant at the end there. So may the odds forever be in your favor, especially if you're going after that 1 in 250, because that's a big one. Man, they paused my music. They paused my music. It's okay. All right, so we got All New Firefly number 2 with the cover B by Young. This artwork does not appear anywhere else in the incentives. So All New Firefly cover C, that's your 10 copy incentive. This is your 25 copy incentive by Danny Mickey, I believe. And then this is your 50 copy Gorham. And then here is your unlockable 25 copy Buffy the Vampire Slayer 25th anniversary number 1 Jenny Frisian cover B. Okay, look, did she just like wave her hand and say Frisianize an actual picture of Sarah Michelle Gellar? Because I mean, this looks lifelike. Like the details, Jenny Frisian absolutely knocked this out. Well, the good news is also there's a 25 copy incentive for you. And then for you guys who love the unlockable chase, there is a Virgin cover J unlockable. Now, I thought the unlockable was going to be 1 per store. It appears it's an unlockable Frisian variant the same way Something is Killing the Children number 1 had that unlockable Jenny Frisian cover. So, keep that in mind. The Power Rangers Universe number 4 of 6 with a cover A by Dan Mora. Killing it here, right? Not bad for a 10 copy incentive. And then 25 copy incentive. And that is, of course, your Pink Ranger, the Ranger Slayer, or whatever she's called. So, Power Rangers Universe with the 50 copy negative space Montez variant. Yeah, there's going to be a few of these people putting together a set, but I mean, look at this. Her rear leg is behind her head. What? Anyway, Jeff DeCal giving you a 100 copy incentive, so it's going to be all the more motivation for a lot of stores to hit that one to get 2 of these, because the 50 copy incentives seem to be blowing them out the water. And when a 50 copy incentive outsells the 100 copy incentive, stores will order 100 copies because they know they can move them. Yeah, and you know, negative spaces are a hit or miss for a lot of people, and this is why they decided to give you an extra one on the Pink Ranger, just in case you missed out on one of the expensive ones. They said, you know what? Here's another negative space for you. This is your unlockable variant, so it's an FOC unlockable. Black Hammer Reborn number 10, that's your cover A. This is your cover B. Black Hammer, again, continues to be one of the best superhero stories by Jeff Lemire. Now, I haven't been putting Joy Operations on here, but Malieve killed it with this one. Look at the details on this cover. Stranger Things Kamchatka, number 1. This is your miniseries, and of course, because it's a 4-issue Stranger Things miniseries, they're going to do 4 different covers. There's your cover B by Raphael Albuquerque, the cover C by Sherman, the cover D by Beals. We have Demons number 1 with a cover C foil variant by Greg Capullo. Yeah, Greg Capullo. We have Demons number 1, cover D, Peach Momoko. Shout out to you, Dave Collects. Yeah, because I know you like this one. But she's missing a hand. A little weird. Red Sonja number 7, cover D, Souza Micah. The 20 copy incentive of Souza Micah. This is your 20 copy version. But wait, there's a 10 copy FOC incentive black and white version. And then there is a partial black, white, and red 15 copy FOC incentive. So again, the 10 copy FOC, you had to order 10 copies of an FOC variant in order to qualify for one of these. And then, of course, you had to order 15 copies of the FOC variants in order to qualify for one of these. Making the FOC variants, in my opinion, a little bit harder to get. G.I. Joe, The Real American Hero Saturday Morning Adventures number 2 of the 4 issue miniseries. There's your B cover, and there is your 10 copy incentive for number 2. 10 copy incentive for number 1, doing really well. Aftermarket wise, at least. Godzilla versus Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, because you demanded it or didn't. Well, they're going to give it to you anyway. Here's your cover B by E.J. Sue. And if you don't know who E.J. Sue is, I mean, look at the detail he's got. That Rita Repulsa is also pretty wicked. But E.J. has done a lot of Transformers covers. IDW Gen 1. This is your 10 copy incentive. So I don't know if you guys are big Power Rangers fans. If you are, a 10 copy incentive on IDW for a team up book between Power Rangers and Godzilla. Man, would you guys like to see the Green Ranger Dragon Zord get wrecked like Mechagodzilla did? Because I have a feeling that's what's going to go down here. Sonic the Hedgehog number 2 has an official movie prequel. There's your cover A. Just kidding, it's the whole placeholder for it. There will be a 10 copy incentive as well. This is your Beast Wars number 14 10 copy incentive. Department of Truth 17, the cover B. Ghost Cage number 1. Philadelphia number 20 with a Eric Larson variant. And then this is your cover C, Alexander Black and White Noir edition. Monstrous number 38, another wicked cover. I mean, I honestly don't think there's any bad Monstrous covers. Look at this guy trying to hook the Lion Cat. Action 1041, cover A. 1041, cover B. DC versus Vampires, cover A, Otto Schmidt. Deathstroke Inc. number 7, cover A. And as I discussed earlier, the secret identity of Respawn, whatever you want to call them. Here's your Ivan Tao cardstock variant cover, and then this is your 25 copy Aki Bright incentive variant. Bermejo cardstock. Fornes cardstock variant cover, and I noticed that we're back to that big yellow Batman symbol. So they added a lot of yellow lights to this one. Harley Quinn number 13, the Derek Chu, never fails. And then your 25 copy incentive variant. Your 25 copy incentive for Robin. And then, okay, Sensational Wonder Woman number 1 is a one-shot. Belén Ortega. Who are you and where have you been? Because that's a really, really good Wonder Woman cover. This one's also not too bad. Thank you much, Yoon. International Women's Day variant. The 25 copy Emanuela Lupacchino variant cover. Also not too shabby. And then here is your 50 copy Cat Stags variant cover. Swamp Thing Green Hell number 2. So this is your black label Swamp Thing. Constantine making an appearance. Should be a no-brainer for you guys who like that DC horror stuff. Here's your cover B. This is your Christian Ward 25 copy incentive. Again, this is black label. It's the deluxe format. It's a big book. It's high quality made. Good luck on that 25 copy is what I'm saying. Task Force Z number 6 with a cover B. That's some weird looking Two-Face. Cover C is your 25 copy Derek Chu cardstock variant. Teen Titans Academy number 13, Rafa Sandoval War for Earth 3. And yeah, I think this is going to be a very unique issue because of what happens to Tigra. The Teen Titans Academy number 13. So this went on FOC before 12 came out. So when I saw this, I was like, did they reveal Red X? Holy shit, they spoiled Red X. And they did. If you're looking at this cover, you know what's going on, especially if you read 12. So, spoiler, Red X's identity was revealed. Red X was then killed by another Red X. You only have 2 more issues to do that with. 13 and 14 are the final 2 issues of the run. And they're going to be canceling Teen Titans Academy at 14, I believe. So, after an abrupt cancellation of the Wonder Girl series, Trial of the Amazons Wonder Girl number 1 returns with cover A by Joelle Jones. And here is that Jeff DeCal cover we all wanted. This never hit. They canceled the series, but at least they relaunched it with that one as the variant. Amazing Spider-Man number 238 is getting a facsimile edition. So, probably a good book to pick up a couple of copies of, especially when they're that cheap. Black Widow number 15. And again, Adam Hughes says, trade dress. I don't need no stinking trade dress. I'll just make it out of blood. And right now, you cannot see the remainder of the picture to the right. But if you go back and read Black Widow 14, you know that there's something missing. Even though you can't see it, it's not there. Black Widow number 15 with the Andrews X-Gwen variant. So, we had that one X-Gwen variant that showed the Phoenix, and then here we have the X-Gwen variant showing the Marvel Girl costume and a little bit of a variant with blue and pink. Okay. Black Widow number 15 with the Fornes window shades variant. How are these blinds not all completely busted, broken? Oh, actually they are. You can actually see that one blind is actually kind of broken on the rope. Black Widow number 15 with the Peach Momoko variant. And then this is your 25 copy Forbes incentive variant. Dark Ages with a Stephanie Hans variant. Okay. Prove to me that Black Panther 4 Hans variant. Astro Wizard. Yeah, man, like basically where that cover's cut off, that's where the arm's cut off too. So what I'm saying here is prove to me that Stephanie Hans's art is going to be what commands the money for Black Panther 4 by showing me what this 1 in 25 does versus this Stegman 1 in 50 Vision cover for Dark Ages. I'm sorry, that's a pretty sick cover. Fantastic Four number 42 with the Silva concept variant. This is also going to show Ruin. Supposedly another new character. Ghost Rider number 2, the Peach Momoko variant. And then Daniel Acuna giving you your 25 copy incentive. So the Momoko is open order. And there's a more natural looking blinds variant. Completely foobarred. And it was like that before Hulk touched. Immortal X-Men number 1. I'm very excited for this series. As you guys know, I'm a big X-Men reader. So seeing what I see on this cover, we've got some new characters from Erico. We've got the Resurrected Destiny. But some things that I do notice on the ground. There's blood down there. Marvel Girl's mask and Cyclops' visor are also on the ground. Magneto's helmet is sitting in the middle position. ICT Vinny, it's a gimmick variant set that they're doing. The one with Ghost Rider should have been melted though. Like he's looking at the blinds, but like he's so close with his skull on fire. Like it should have showed melted blinds in that one. So I'm not believing them as being very realistic. Some people like them though. But what I'm seeing here There will be a Quiet Council variant set for either Immortal X-Men or the other X titles. But Magneto, Phil Noto, this is artistic fire. Thank you, Phil Noto. The Immortal X-Men with the U promo variant cover. Of course, this is a connecting variant that connects to the X-Men number 9. Muller giving you a design variant cover. And then this is your 25 copy incentive. So I don't know why they call this one a teaser variant cover, but whatever. Mortal X-Men number 1 with a Peach Momoko 1 in 50 incentive. It's an X-Men number 1. I assume that these will be in very much high supply, but also watch out for who's doing store exclusives for Immortal X-Men number 1. Hit them up for the incentives and say, hey, I know you guys are getting 4,500 copies at minimum, so that means you're going to be getting a whole lot of those variants. Marauders number 1 with the Durso variant, and then the Mobili variant, and then the Momoko variant. All 3 heavily focused on Psylocke. This is your U promo variant cover featuring Deadpool, which I think is awesome, and Storm in a updated variant of her Hellfire Gala outfit. But good old Quanon now occupying her own body. Marauders number 1, of course, has this Muller design variant, not too shabby, and then the Wernick variant is your 50 copy incentive. All of them heavy focus on Psylocke. Well, you know, she did join the Marauders in the annual, so. Miles Morales number 36, and of course, coming fresh off the Tales of 35, and now his What If. Miles has fallen into the multiverse. And what if the Uncle Aaron he just found, and what if Miles Morales turns out to be the way we get Prowler back? Because isn't Prowler dead in the mainstream Marvel U? He's going after his uncle, though. That's what we know. There is a Kirkham Carnage Forever variant cover, of course. And then this is your Sharp variant. She-Hulk number 3 with Bartel's A cover. And then the Women's History variant. Okay. Yeah, ICT Vinny, I don't really like store exclusives because they are grossly overprinted, but every now and then they'll be all right. If it's a really fire cover, I'll dig it, you know, which is one of the reasons why most of the store exclusives that I end up getting come from Wanted, because of the way Drew likes to pay homage to other books. It's the homage thing for me, it can work if it's done properly. And that's one of the reasons why I love Wanda Comics, is because every single one of his exclusives is a cool homage to another book. It's all good, Spidey Hunter. I thank you for joining, my friend. Really do. And I appreciate you watching on the Rewind. So Silk number 3, of course, has the new villain on the cover. And probably one of the most badass versions of Silk I have ever seen thus far is this one right here. Carnage Eyes Silk. Carnage Forever. Here's your Silk number 3 Rowan variant. Silver Surfer Rebirth number 3. And then the Carnage variant. Now this one should, of course, bring a little bit of heat back for that old ASM stuff. Silver Surfer Rebirth number 3. And that's the Tulaski variant cover. So a little bit of the cartoony side of things here. It's not bad. Just not my normal style. I have to see it. Spider-Woman 21 with the David Nakayama Carnage Forever variant. So the Silk was good. So is this one. Shout out to you, Nakayama. Star Wars number 22. Star Wars 22 with a Christopher action figure variant of a Rebel Commando. Raza. I know Mel loves this one. And this one is indeed wicked looking. And then, of course, we got the Reese variant. And then we've got a Lucasfilm 50th anniversary variant cover as well. X-Force Annual number 1 showing some serious... Okay, so Orcus is building Sentinels again. And here we have Kid Omega, Domino, and Wolverine going up against an army of them. And then they give us this Wicked Mobili variant cover. Lots of fire. Well, so much giving, but it is time to end our show. I hope I've given you enough information to arm yourself going into the stores tomorrow. If you are planning on visiting the stores, I want to say thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're watching on the Rewind, don't forget to leave me a comment, like and share the video. And of course, I will see you right back here next week for another action-packed episode of the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser right here on the Ultra Maximus channel. And I want to say thank you to everybody in the live chat for joining in this wonderful 2-hour and 10-minute long episode. It's been a wild one, everybody. But I do, again, appreciate you guys tuning into the channel, supporting the content. And don't forget to tune in and check out some of our friends. And we will see you guys next time. Thank you again, Dave Collects, and everybody else in the live chat.